There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughter houses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab tests, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace. So be it.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
It is interesting that some rhino ancestors found through fossils were covered in thick fur. One of them was the woolly rhinoceros folk native to northern Eurasia during the Pleistocene epoch, which was at least 11,700 years ago. A journey exploring the rhinoceros kingdom. Please continue watching to find out more.
Vegan, the will of heaven.
O Gaza, all lands belong to the Lord, not any grabber. Live in love with your neighbors, not die in horror.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
Murakaza Neza, that means welcome in the Kinyarwanda language, and is how we greet you in Rwanda, kind-hearted viewers. I'm Robin, a vegan hula hoop champion from the southern white rhinoceros kingdom. The God-loving humans and animal people of Rwanda pray that you are blessed abundantly as you walk the vegan path. Welcome to our show, a journey exploring the rhinoceros kingdom. Firstly, I will tell you how we rhinoceros people got our name. It originates from the ancient Greek word rhinoceros, rhis, nose, and keras, horn. So our name means nose horn. In our rhino family, there are 5 species. We southern white rhino people and our black rhino relatives are the 2 species native to Africa. Meanwhile, the greater one-horned rhino people, formerly known as the Indian rhino, along with the Javan and the Sumatran rhino folk, inhabit South and Southeast Asia. Our origin can be traced back millions of years. We, the native African inhabitants, are proud members of the Deserotini tribe, originated from the Middle Miocene period about 14.2 million years ago. Our Asian relatives have their own remarkable lineage, dating back some 10 million years to the Rhinocerotini species. As for the resilient Sumatran folk, they stand as the only surviving representatives of the ancient Deserorhinus tribe, who first emerged during the mid to late Pliocene era around 5 million years ago. We take great pride in our plant-powered lifestyle, embracing the vegan way with strength and vigor. Among the Earth's grand terrestrial inhabitants, we stand as one of the largest. Our bodies can reach up to 3.4 to 4 meters in length. Adult male southern white rhino people can weigh around 2,300 kilograms, with females weighing 1,700 kilograms. At the shoulder, we measure 160 to 186 centimeters tall. Just imagine the awe-inspiring sight of standing alongside us. have thick skin which forms plate-like folds around our body, especially the thighs and shoulders. It's almost like donning a suit of armor. All of us have either gray or brown coloring. We southern white rhino people tend to be a bit paler than others. Almost all of us are hairless except for the tip of our tails and ear fringes, adding a touch of charm to our rugged exteriors. Interestingly, some of our ancestors, as revealed by fossils, were covered in thick fur. Among them were the woolly rhinoceros folk, who once roamed the northern expanses of Eurasia during the Pleistocene epoch, an era stretching back at least 11,700 years. These ancient relatives of ours adapted to a vastly different world, where their shaggy fur served as both insulation and a testament to the ever-evolving tapestry of rhino people history. As of 2021, my family, the Southern White Rhino people, have the world's largest population of white rhino people, numbering 15,940 individuals, thanks to dedicated conservation efforts initiated in the late 1990s. However, the outlook for our northern cousins is heart-wrenching. They are now critically endangered, with only 2 females believed to remain living in captivity. It's such saddening news, highlighting the urgency of continued conservation endeavors to protect and preserve these magnificent beings. With the prolonged dry and arid conditions of our habitat, one of our favorite pastimes is wallowing around in the mud. This not only helps us stay cool under the blazing sun, but also serves as a natural repellent for unwelcome guests. When there is no mud in sight, we are not picky. We just roll in the dry earth. Now, when it comes to our senses, our eyesight isn't the sharpest, so it's best not to sneak up on us. However, our sense of smell is excellent. In fact, did you know that among all land animal friends, we have the widest nostrils? It's quite the distinction. We have earned the playful nickname mowing machines due to our wide mouths, which we put to good use chomping through vegetation with gusto. Our females will give birth to a youngster every 2 to 3 years after a gestation period of 16 months. Now that is a long time. The most famous feature of the African rhino folk is, you guessed it, our horns. On the upper part of our nose, we southern white rhino people have 2 horns, with the front one being the largest at 60 centimeters, and it can be as long as a whopping 150 centimeters. They are composed of keratin, just like human nails and hair. So if our horns were to break, they will regrow. We also have a distinctive hump on the back of our necks. We are the most sociable of the rhino folk, living in small groups of around 10 to 14, predominantly consisting of females. Our communication is a symphony of vocalizations that range from squeaks and wails to steady grunts and formidable snarls.
Vegan, live and die as a legend.
We will now pause to enjoy some beautiful views of the African savannah. When we return, we will learn more about the rhinoceros kingdom. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television.
There are 211 countries and regions which have animal people protection laws. Tunisia is one of them. Tunisia Penal Code. Sections 3 and 4 state that those who mistreat domestic animal people of their own or belonging to others are subject to penalties of a fine and imprisonment.
Obey the law of your country. No more animal people slaughterhouses. No more hurting. No more murdering them to eat, to lab test, or for any reason at all. Be vegan, make peace, so be it.
We pray for Ukraine, or you reign.
Welcome back to a journey exploring the rhinoceros kingdom as we learn more about our rhinoceros family. Now to my African cousins, the black rhino people. There used to be a total of 4 distinct subspecies: South Central, Southwestern, East African, and West African. Unfortunately, it is with a heavy heart that I must share the sad news that our West African cousin became extinct in 2011. Similar to us, they also have 2 prominent horns, although occasionally they can develop a third smaller one. They differ in size, being smaller overall, and their mouths have a pointed shape, adapted for foraging leaves and twigs, rather than grazing on grasses, as we white rhino people do. The black rhino folk also have a distinctive hump, but smaller than ours. Their common method of communication is snorting, sniffing, and grunting. It's now time to meet our Asian cousins, the greater one-horn or Indian, Javan, and Sumatran rhino people, unlike us, have razor-sharp lower canine teeth. They use them instead of their horn to protect themselves if needed. The greater one-horned rhino and the Javan people's horn can measure up to 60 centimeters long, but the Sumatran rhino folk have 2 much smaller horns. They all have skin folds like us, and their shoulders and upper legs are covered in bumps with very little body hair, except for our Sumatran folk, who have a lush coat of hair, setting them apart from the rest in this stylish rhino clan. These cousins are semi-aquatic, enjoying swamps, riversides beside their forest habitats. They are also very good swimmers and can dive and eat underwater too. They are usually solitary and defend their territory firmly. They use dung to mark communication points and boundaries. They put their back feet in the dung and walk around, leaving a trail to mark their territory. Their diet consists of fruits, leaves, branches, grasses, shrubs, and even aquatic plants, making them strong vegans, just like us.
I used to always call myself an animal lover, and it was even at one point where I thought I wanted to be a vet because I loved animals so much and I wanted to do whatever I could to help animals, but I never really made that connection to what was on my plate, to who those products were coming from. I never saw the process. I just grew up knowing this is food and that's it. I didn't think about the sentient creature that lost their life and had to suffer and die for me. So that's ultimately what led me to going vegan. Once I made all of those connections, it was pretty much like I'm now living aligned with my morals, because my morals were always vegan. I just didn't realize how my actions didn't match my morals.
So initially I turned vegan because of health. I was not well and my doctor told me to go vegan for a while. And when I turned vegan, I experienced amazing results. My energy levels rose like anything. And then after that I came to know about the cruelty aspect and I was blown away. I didn't know that, the dairy cows go through so much pain and torture and death eventually because of us. Dairy cows die at the age of 7 because of us. The male cows are dead when they are born because of us. And all this blew my mind. I had sleepless nights all over. And that's where the turning point came and I turned vegan forever and ever.
Turned vegan? Oh, you can't go to hell anymore. Sorry, man.
The Javan rhino folk are one of the most endangered large mammals in the world. According to a report in 2015, unfortunately, only about 60 of them remain. These individuals live in Ujung Kulon National Park in Java, Indonesia. Our Javan cousins mark a trail with a secretion from their foot glands. They are not very vocal folk, and only a few sounds have ever been recorded. Communication with foot gland secretions seem to be more prominent with the Javan family. Now to our last rhino family, the Sumatran Rhinoceros people. These cousins are the smallest and hairiest. Their hair can be sparse to dense fur, and their color is a reddish brown, which makes them the closest living relative to the ancient woolly rhinoceros citizens from the Ice Age. Sadly, their numbers have also drastically declined. They are the second most threatened species after the Javan rhino people. Our Sumatran cousins have two horns, the front being bigger. Apart from their smaller size and furriness, another unique characteristic is that they have different types of skin folds. They have two prominent folds within the skin that go around their entire body. They are very vocal folk and communicate with different sounds, such as whistling or whining noises. Interestingly, salt licks play an important role in the lives of the Sumatran rhino individuals. These natural salt licks are typically located near small hot springs or mineral water seepages, known as mud volcanoes. They are crucial for their overall health, especially for pregnant females. It is heartbreaking that some of my cousins are declining in numbers and now facing extinction. We pray that people support the conservation efforts to save my relatives. Rhinoceros people play a vital role in the ecosystem. Through our grazing, we keep the vegetation in check, dispersing seeds as we move to different locations. Our dung also helps fertilize the soil.
O Gaza, all lands belong to the Lord, not any grabber. Live in love with your neighbors, not die in horror.
Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan.
To conclude our show, I have some cool fun facts for you and an exciting announcement to share with you, which we will save for last. Firstly, did you know we white rhino people can run at speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour? And our cousins, the black Sumatran rhino folk, are even faster, reaching speeds of 55 kilometers per hour. We also enjoy a mutual beneficial relationship with the oxpecker people. These beautiful bird people gracefully perch on our backs, helping us repel unwanted guests. Now for the thrilling news. In 2023, we joyfully welcomed the arrival of 2 new cows from the Javan rhino family. Hooray! We are absolutely elated to hear that.
Flesh eating involves the exercise of cruelty, which is not an elevating virtue. It is a bestial quality which degrades man. Sri Swami Sivananda, vegetarian.
Compassionate viewers, it was a pleasure to have you with us today. Coming up next is Follow My Example and Assist Humankind, part 10 of 14, on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May you and your loved ones always remember God and share His love with all humans and animal people through a loving, peaceful vegan diet.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/AW.
Nossos programas oferecem vários idiomas. Acesse suprememastertv.com/schedule e suprememastertv.com/AW.